and welcome to the Madras Motor Racetrack. You join me for the final race of the day, and it is the Superbikes. My name's Louise Beckett, and your commentator is David Addison. David, can you tell us what happened in qualifying earlier today?
It was a short 15-minute session, Louise, and it gave the riders a chance after a free practice period, of course, earlier on in the day, the opportunity to do a lap time, and at the end of it, it was the 1000cc Yamaha that was the fastest, with Naresh Babu aboard from Rishi Agarwal on his Aprilia, and third, the best of the 600cc bikes, Siddharth Kaundia, the Bangalore rider. So, pole position rider is Jay Naresh Babu. Louise is with him.
A very cool and calm Naresh Babu. How are you feeling going into this race?
By the start of the day, I was not feeling well. Not feeling well actually. I'm trying to be focused and be more energetic for the first half, at least for the first half of the race, so that I can make some comfortable lead, and let's hope everything goes well.
So, not a great start to the day, but obviously you got pole and is looking to get a good lead early on in the race. Thanks very much. David, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Louise. So, the Chennai rider, local hero, of course, Jay Naresh Babu, not feeling very well, and hoping if he gets this big lead, he'll be able to pull away and consolidate that. He doesn't want to have to work too hard, and if you're not feeling well, being thrown around here, of course, with the fact that you're leaning from side to side all the time, is not going to be good at all. This 3x3 grid is lining up. Now, we had one rider who didn't even get out for qualifying because of a problem with the chain on the bike, Praveen Kumar. I'm just looking down to see whether he is there. I'm not sure that he is. And Ajit Barawaj didn't do many laps and was quite slow anyway, in fact, so we need to just double check if he's going to be allowed to start. Let's go back to the grid and join Louise.
Yes, I'm with Rishi Agarwal, and he's on the only Aprilia on this grid. So is it going to serve you well?
I think so. I think I have a good bike. This is my first time racing, so let's see what happens.
First time racing, you're seeming very calm. In fact, everybody on this grid is seeming very calm.
I think some of the people here have more experience than I do, so they're probably a little more calm. I guess I'm just feeding off their energy, so I just stay calm.
Who are you looking out for the most, or are you looking ahead of you?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep looking out for him, because I think he's probably the closest competition I have. So.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
All the best. Back to you, David.
So the Aprilia rider, Rishi Agarwal, then, racing rookie, as we now learn, is good to go, and he's in the middle of the front of the grid. And then you've got lining up on the inside Siddharth Kaundia. There he is in the background, number 94, aboard his Yamaha R6. The 600cc class pole rider. Louise is down with him.
He's just saying it's taken a little while. They're very relaxed about the start of this race. So are you relaxed going into it?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I actually raced. And I think this is going to be a fun race. But on a 600, racing with the thousands, I think it's going to be a little difficult, but should be fun.
So it's your first racing back for the season?
Yep, this is my first race after about a year and a half. Yeah.
And how did you find qualifying then?
Qualifying was fun. Tried catching up to the thousands, but they have about 60 horses more than me. So it's going to be pretty difficult.
How's your bike handling?
It handles beautiful. I'm glad I got the right setup, and feel really comfortable through the corners, and hopefully that should be my advantage here.
Great, thanks very much.
So we'll be good to go very shortly. It's an 8-lap race. They'll have a formation lap. Race officials making sure that everybody is good to go. Have in the background number 4 there you can see, which is Vijwadev Murdliran, who was almost unnoticed in qualifying, sort of crept up the order rather. So it's the Kawasaki from the Aprilia from the Yamaha on the front row. The second row of the grid is where, with 3 minutes to go now, you find 95, Himanash Amla, the Bangalore rider with his Yamaha. Vijwadev Muralidharan, having mentioned him just a moment ago, he's the rider that lines up 5th. He's also Yamaha mounted. And then 6th on the grid, Arthur Fernando with the Triumph, another of the 600s. There, looking to the back of the grid, is Ajit Barawaj, so he is there. Barawaj, who was pretty slow, I'm afraid, compared to the rest in qualifying, but he's been allowed to start even though he's outside that 115% of the fastest time mark. So the one that's missing, as he missed qualifying as well, Praveen Kumar. Grid formed, and they will be released very shortly indeed. The third row of the grid, Ritesh Sapra from Mumbai aboard his Triumph. Alongside him is 88, the Triumph of Sri Kumar Gopinathan, and then Yogeshwaran K is the next rider on the grid with his 600 Kawasaki. The final full row, as the 1 minute board is now shown, is Neil Vasishta, who is aboard his 1000cc Kawasaki. Sofian Ahmed is next with the Triumph, the 600 Triumph, and Vijaya Balaji is alongside him, also 600 Triumph mounted, with the last couple being Mohammed Riaz as they leave the line for the warming up lap. He's got the lone BMW in the entry, and he has for company on that row aboard number 9 Ajit Bharadwaj with his 600 Triumph. So that's how the full order will line up. 8 laps, as I say, in prospect, and it is Naresh Babu 7/10 in the end, quicker than Rishi Agarwal, then Siddharth Kaundia, as we hear the 600cc rider back after a year and a half away, ahead of Himanesh Amla, then Vishwadev Muralidharan ahead of Arthur Fernando 6th. Third row, Ritesh Sapra from Sri Kumar Gopinathan, then Yogeshwaran K and Neil Vasishta comes next on the grid. 11th is Sofian Ahmed ahead of Vijaya Balaji. Mohammed Riaz is 13th, and Ajit Bharadwaj will complete the grid. So it's a rather different look with 2 wheels rather than 4, 8 laps ahead, and the cars will be back on track tomorrow. This last activity of the day given over to Superbikes. They get 2 races for the weekend, one today, one tomorrow, and we'll see whether, despite not feeling terribly well, it's going to be as dominant a ride in the race from Naresh Babu as it was in the qualifying session earlier on. So they turn their way down through turn 9. It's remarkable, isn't it, when you compare this to the increasingly rare mixed car and bike races, for example, in the UK, where there's always a delay as lots and lots of straw bales have to appear, but certainly virtually unchanged from how it was for the cars. So the riders working their way round to the grid. Had this sighting lap, and there 63 you can see. That's the Mohammed Riaz bike. It's rather out of sequence, I think, so 1 or 2 have gone storming away, and it's a slightly jumbled order on the end of this formation lap, this sighting lap, as they come now back down towards the start line. And then the race officials will look after the start process. So, Rishi Agarwal, his first ride aboard the Aprilia, goes and slows, generates the warmth into the tyres. And where is the pole position bike? Because looking across to the grid, we can't see it. He's there now, but Naresh Babu way out of sequence. So is that all showmanship? Is that to try and outcycle everybody else, or has he got a problem? Let's find out as we are about to go racing. It's race 1 of 2 in the VDM Superbike Cup here at the Madras Motor Race Track. The green flag shown at the back says that everybody is back from the warming up lap. You've got Kawasaki, Aprilia and Yamaha on the front row of the grid. Nearest us is the 600cc Yamaha as the lights go out now. Away they go, and a demon start by Kaundia, who gets ahead of Agarwal, who gets ahead of Naresh Babu as they head down towards turn 1. So the pole sitter absolutely swamped, and the whole shot secured by Siddharth Kaundia, who leads the way. Tucked up behind it then in second spot at turn 2 is Rishi Agarwal as they work through that right-hander, and then from pole a rather subdued getaway from Naresh Babu as they hit turn 3 for the first time. It's the 600 Yamaha leading the way, but for how much longer? You'd anticipate surely the 1000cc Aprilia to come booming past, but it's not happening yet. Up towards turn 4 they come then for the first time. And so Koindia it is who leads the way. Second, it is Rishi Agarwal, and he's under attack because to the inside line comes the poleman, and Naresh Babu goes through. He picks up second spot and now goes for the race lead. So a conservative start, shall we say, but it's given him a couple of riders to chase. He's picked one of them off already. And Koindia well clearing the 600cc part of the race, turns through, just fending off the race leader. But now Naresh Babu is being delayed ever so slightly, and that's giving Rishi Agarwal a chance to come back at him as it's 3 for the lead down towards turn 8. Hard on the brakes then, turn through the right-hander, lean down. And Naresh Babu it is, hangs on to that second spot there, Rishi Agarwal third. But a great start, no question about it, from Siddharth Koindia, who leads the way, runs a little bit wide coming out of turn 8 there. As they sprint their way down now towards turn 10. Out of the kink, and then set the bike up for this long left-hander around the back of the paddock. Still these 3 leaders getting away from everybody else. They're about to put 1 lap in the book as they come through. And it's the Yamaha R6 leading the way as they come over the brow. Where does now Naresh Babu challenge? Is it going to be in a straight line, or is it going to be through the corners? Let's see. He's got the run coming out of the corner, goes to the outside line, and now the bigger engined Kawasaki storms through to take over the race lead, and Rishi Agarwal goes second as well. So a lap of glory for Siddharth Koindia, but I'm afraid to say that he's lost out now. As up and past him go the 2 1000cc bikes. Now, is Naresh Babu going to get away, or can Rishi Agarwal stay with him? The racing rookie, first time out, having a very, very impressive day so far. He was the one that topped free practice, although he lost out to Naresh Babu in qualifying. Now we'll see whether or not he's going to be able to fight back in the race itself as they accelerate for the second time up towards turn 4. Yes, he can accelerate up the inside, and he can attack, and he does go through. So Rishi Agarwal becomes our third different leader in a lap and a half, and he goes a bit wide, and Babu comes back at him on the inside, and he retakes the race lead now. Naresh Babu goes through, back up front once more. Rishi Agarwal second, and staying with them in fact, because they're squabbling. Siddharth Koindia then, and the Yamaha R6 in third spot. Now that he's back up front, Naresh Babu starts to break away once more, despite not feeling 100%, but it's a good ride so far this. He leads the pack. Rishi Agarwal accelerates down towards the right-hander at turn 8. Is he going to be able to make a move up the inside there? No, he's not. They've got to be mindful of Koindia as well, because he's not going anywhere, is he? He's still there in third place. He's still trying to attack. So now as the leaders come down towards turn 10, just dropping back ever so slightly, Siddharth Koindia, he's well clear of anybody else as we can see, but Naresh Babu it is leading the way. Rishi Agarwal still there in second spot. Over the brow they come then. Babu running a little bit wider, using more of the real estate as he swoops now through that right-hander. To the timing line they come, and at the end of 2 laps then, the gap between the 2 race leaders is negligible. To the inside line goes Rishi Agarwal. Is he going to be able to go by? Not there, not quite. So Naresh Babu leading the way by 0.276 of a second when they came over the timing line. Siddharth Koindia in third spot. Then Himanesh Amla is fourth. Alpha Fernando is fifth. Ritesh Sapra it is running out the top 6. Fastest lap of the race done in fact by Rishi Agarwal. We're on lap 3 of the 8, so he's taking the battle to Naresh Babu. This is where he got the lead a lap ago, and he's going to try the manoeuvre again, but he hasn't quite got the grunt to get up the inside this time around. Naresh Babu breaks as late as he dares, getting into turn 4. Turn 5, long right-hander. Now there's a little kink that brings you into another right at turn 6. So last lap through, Agarwal 1,000th of a second quicker than Naresh Babu. Very evenly matched, these two. But the more experienced rider is definitely the race leader. Naresh Babu then up front. We're on lap 3, and Agarwal goes by. Gets the run down to turn 8, through on the inside line, picks up the advantage. And so it is now Rishi Agarwal then who leads the pack as they come out of turn 9. Further back, there are more battles going on. Some of the 600s coming through at turn 6. 63 is Mohamed Riaz with the BMW, and he's battling with Vijaya Balaji aboard his Triumph. And also the BMW is trying to make some more progress further up the road as well, isn't it? There's now Mohamed Riaz, the Hyderabad rider, starts to creep up onto the back of Sofian Ahmed, the Bangalore rider, with his triumph. 3 laps about to be put in the book as the leading duo goes past, and it is Rishi Agarwal up front this time, 0.694 ahead of Naresh Babu. So he's got the lead back, he's also pulled away, and he's just done the fastest lap as well. Rishi Agarwal, 1:51.1. Not quite as quick as they went, or as Babu went for pole position in the qualifying session, but even so, it's a good effort that. Towards turn 4 goes Rishi Agarwal. Could this be the dream debut for him? Leads the pack. Back of the circuit, there's the next sort of mushroom-shaped sequence of corners. So turn left, then the long right of turn 5, a bit of a kink, and then another long right. 6 and 7 almost joined together. Squabbling going on lower down the order as well. Here, as you've got 63, that being Mohamed Riaz, keeping at bay Sofian Ahmed and then Vijaya Balaji. So it's another place gain for Riaz, the BMW rider, now up into 11th spot. His next target, Sri Kumar Gopinandan, as here are the race leaders once more. This is turn 8. We're on to lap 4, and Agarwal it is who has done the fastest lap so far. Agarwal comes through turn 9. The lone Aprilia ahead of the lone Kawasaki. In 3rd place now, we've had a change because Himanish Amla has got himself up past Siddharth Koindia. Himanish Amla, who is therefore 3rd overall, but it's still a class lead for Siddharth Koindia because it's a 1-litre bike, 600cc bike of Koindia, so it doesn't change the class lead. But we're going to have some lap race soon, are we not? As Ajit Bharadwaj is negotiating by Agarwal, and the gap that he's pulled now is 8 tenths over Jay Naresh Babu as they go through. A new fastest lap as well for Agarwal, a 1:50.787. Himanish Amla goes through. There's the 600 leader, Siddharth Koindia. Is Arthur Fernando pressing on in the spectacular levers. The triumph up into 5th. 6th going through is Vishwadev Muradharan, and then it's Ritesh Sapra and Yokishawan K next up down in currently 8th place. But for Rishi Agarwal, a very impressive ride indeed this. Bike fan, racing rookie. And a win and fastest lap would be an absolutely dream way to start out, wouldn't it? Comes now through turn 6, through 7, and down has gone Naresh Babu. By the look of it, is that the rider that led early on and was 2nd? It is. Jay Naresh Babu is down at turn 4, so that shuffles the order, and a rider that didn't feel 100% before the race started is going to feel a bit battered and bruised, having dropped the bike at turn 4. We're on lap 5. And the order changes again. So it's been a dramatic race thus far, and now Rishi Agarwal, if he has a chance to look over his shoulder, will find hardly anybody anywhere near him. He is out on his own. He's almost lost, isn't he? Because having been in the heat of battle for so long, as he goes through that switch back at turn 10 and 11, he's thinking, where are the rest of them? Well, there's the answer as Jay Naresh Babu looks on. The marshals are quickly on hand, and they remove the bike out of harm's way. The Kawasaki down at turn 4, his race run. Leader through then, that now means he starts lap number 6. And he will lead by not just tenths, but many, many seconds from Himanish Amla, who will be in 2nd spot. Here he comes up towards the timing line. So Amla goes through, chased in turn by the leading 600 bike of Siddharth Koindia, and the gap is 16 seconds. So Rishi Agarwal has absolutely made his mark on this category, hasn't he? Through in 4th place now, Vishwadev Muradharan ahead of Arthur Fernando. There he is. That gap's come down a little bit, I think, between them. And then you've got Ritesh Sapra next up. Pressing on to try and get himself back onto terms with Vishwadev Muradharan. The triumph of Arthur Fernando. Yamaha mounted is Muradharan ahead of him, and personal best lap last time, a 1:56.5, some way off the pace of the Aprilia in the lead, for example. But with 2 laps to go at the end of this, it's a good effort being put in nonetheless by Muridharan. Alfa Fernando through and fighting back as wide there goes Muridharan. Fernando closing right up. Is there a gap? Is there the space? Let's see. They run absolutely together. Out of turn 7, turn 8 beckons at the end of this fast straight. Is it going to be a chance to dive through under braking? Alfa Fernando closes, but elects to stay behind there. Through the left at turn 9, and then the run towards the kink. Takes you to turn 10. That's around the back of the paddock, and out of that sequence and about to go across the timing line is Himenesh Amla, chasing after the race leader, who is onto his penultimate lap already. Rishi Agarwal long gone. Himenesh Amla in second place as Fernando challenges up the inside coming out of turn 11. Couldn't get the run on the inside there as they drop down towards turn 12. So for the moment, just keeping the pace is Vijay for Muridharan as they head up towards the timing line once more. Alfa Fernando goes through, tucked up behind him, but it's a good ride this for the moment by Muridharan to hang on to that place. Both of them in 600s, and of course fighting here for second in class behind Siddharth Kaundia. To the inside line goes Fernando. Does the Triumph? It does, he goes through. He's got the job done at turn 2. So Alfa Fernando goes through, gains the pace. The man from Tuticorin accelerates up past the Kawasaki, and having gone through, starts to pull away once more. So good effort being done this by Alfa Fernando for second in the class. Through they turn for the penultimate time of asking here. The race leader won't be long off starting his last lap, such is the pace that Rishi Agarwal's Aprilia is displaying as he comes up towards the end of lap 7. There he is. Another very impressive performance over this race weekend here we are seeing, and for somebody who's having his first race, then this is mighty indeed. Rishi Agarwal with the tools for the job, the very potent Aprilia coming now up through turn 11, and he'll start the last lap. What a way to go bike racing. Drops down towards the last corner through turn 12. He leads by 19 seconds. He's in a league of his own right now. Last lap board is shown. Down to turn 1 goes Rishi Agarwal. Works his way through the right-hander. And then as he comes up towards turn 2, we still have the second place rider to exit even the last corner. Such is the size of the gap between first and second. So coming through now, we've got the second and third duel. You're looking at Alfa Fernando, who's on his way into turn 12. So leader goes through. Now have a look at the size of the gap that he's got, and then behind we've had the change for second and third places. Siddharth Kaundia is ahead once more of Himenesh Amla. And there they are in the background. This on the last lap is going to go down to the wire, isn't it? Kaundia ahead of Amla. Here they come. So you've got the 600cc Yamaha back up into second spot then now in the hands of Siddharth Kaundia. And right there behind him, Himenesh Amla goes wide into turn 4. Is he going to be able to find a way through? Loses ground, if anything, there. So work to be done now by Amla. He's on a 1000cc bike, don't forget. So as far as the class win is concerned, the leading 600 has always been Siddharth Kaundia during the course of this race, but the battle for second and third is still well and truly joined. 600 back ahead of a 1000cc bike. Can it go back the way of Amla before the very end as they work their way down now for the last time into turn 8? Himenesh Amla is closing back up once again. Himenesh Amla brakes as late as he dares. It might have to be on grunt coming out of the last corner, but you can see now he's creeping up onto the tail. The leader comes in towards turn 12. Let's get him across the line, and then we'll concern ourselves with second place. It's going to be a tremendous ride, this, for a maiden win. Rishi Agarwal, first race, first ever victory, and through he goes. Now, what about second and third? Who is it going to be? They're on their run towards turn 10. It's still just Kaundia ahead, but the 600 is good through the twiddly bits. It's in a straight line where the grunt and go of the 1000cc bike of Amla may well tell. Let's see, they've got just the run out of turn 12. Yamaha's both 600 ahead of 1000. Who is going to be second? Is it going to be Coendia back after a year and a half away? It is. He takes second place and he's the best of the 600s. Home third goes to Hionish Amla. Arthur Fernando is running fourth. He should be home next ahead of Vishwadev Mulhidaran, but is that going to be the case? Because we might have had another shuffle right at the very end as they come across the line, because yes, indeed, Mulhidaran has gone back ahead of Arthur Fernando then, so Vishwadev Mulhidaran is fourth, Arthur Fernando is fifth, and wheeling in celebration is Rishi Agarwal after a great ride to score a first win in his first race aboard that Aprilia. For sixth, Ritesh Sapra ahead of Yokeshwaran K. Sri Kumar Gopinathan is next ahead of Neil Vasishta, and to round out the top 10 should be Mohamed Riaz on the BMW. So Rishi Agarwal it is who takes the win by a fairly convincing margin, I think you would agree, at 25.666 seconds. That helped in part by the demise of Jay Naresh Babu after he dropped it on lap 5. So Agarwal a win and the fastest lap, and he must think, well, it's easy this bike racing, Mark, isn't it? This a non-championship race, I should make the point, and so many of those that won Indian national titles last year not here, so it does give a chance for some of the less successful, less experienced, perhaps less well-funded riders a chance to go for glory in this non-championship doubleheader this weekend, just for a bit of fun. Fun it has definitely been for Rishi Agarwal, who scores the victory. We'll hear from him, no doubt, when we get the bikes back into the pit lane. They have another race to come tomorrow, as do the saloon cars. We also have the Media Cup race tomorrow for the Volkswagen Amios that have replaced the Ventos in this country and replaced it to as the base car for a one-make series. And we will also have, of course, the 2 races for the MRF Challenge. I can't say the championship deciders because that's been done today for Filipe Drugovic, but we will have the second place contest resolved tomorrow. So there you've got very happy Rishi Agarwal. The Aprilia serving him well. He will head in a moment down towards the pit lane. In he comes. And Rishi Agarwal, after a great ride, comes in. He will be waved towards the winner's board in the presentation area atop the checkered flag. And MRF tyres doing wonders on 2 wheels, not just on 4 here, just to illustrate the capability of the company. And the riders will go to the podium in a moment. Rishi Agarwal gloves off. Might put on its stand. Off he gets. And thumbs up, understandably so. Perhaps with a little bit of surprise that in the end it was quite so easy. So a great ride for Rishi Agarwal, who gets a soaking from all and sundry. Earplugs out, water in. And Louise is down there.
A little bit wet, but Rishi, rookie racer and rookie win. Well done. That was a great performance.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just felt a lot more confident during the race. And I think the guy in pole had some bike problems, so I guess that played in my favor.
Well, you say that, but you had an almighty lead. I saw you at one point looking around. Were you thinking, where is everybody?
I was confused because I knew he was right behind me, and then I didn't see him make any move. So then I was kind of confused as to what happened. Then I saw a bike that went off, so I just wanted to look back and make sure it was him.
Right, thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, David.
Very impressive performance, wasn't it, that? So we've got the top 3 1000s, and I think the top 3 600s are going to be there as well. As near as the camera you can see Yokeshwaran K, board number 6, and Siddharth Koendia, the winner of the 600 category, is with Louise.
You told me it's been a year and a half since you've been racing. It didn't look like it.
I'm a different person when I'm on the bike, and I'm a different person when I'm off the bike.
You finished in first, but it wasn't as straightforward as that, was it? It was quite a hard race out there.
Yeah, I had a few electronic issues, so I had to back out a little bit. But then when I came back, I started gunning it again. But then by then he had already taken off a good lead. So maybe tomorrow, he'll probably try to catch them.
Fighting talk, I like it.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
So the 600 winner, Siddharth Kaundia, back after a year and a half away from racing, and a great result as well, as there you can see Himanish Amla, and with him is Yogeshwaran K. So a good day's racing here at the Madras Motor Race Track. Rishi Agarwal the winner, with second just going the way of Siddharth Kaundia, and Himanish Amla third. Vishwadev Moraledaran is fourth from Arthur Fernando, and Ritesh Sapra rounding out the top six. Highlights of Superbike Race 1, Demon getaway by the 600 Yamaha of Siddharth Kaundia. He led briefly as it raged on as a battle for second place. In the end, Naresh Babu getting ahead of Rishi Agarwal, who was pushed down to third, but not for long, as it all began to get exciting up front. And at the end of the lap, through went Babu. He led as they came over the timing line. Through also went Agarwal. Kaundia dropped to third. Then Agarwal made his move for the race lead. He got it, and Babu took it straight back again. Agarwal challenged once more on the run down towards turn 8, made his move and gained the advantage. There were battles lower down the order as well, as the BMW of Mohamed Riaz tried to secure ground. Arthur Fernando's Triumph was pushing hard likewise. In his first ever race, Agarwal was looking dominant up front, as then under pressure came Siddharth Kaundia from Himanish Amla. We lost Naresh Babu mid-race, and that gave Agarwal an enormous advantage. Nobody around him. Checkered flag and a great race win for Rishi Agarwal, with Siddharth Kaundia just took second spot, with Himanish Amla taking third. So the marshals come in from a hard day trackside, a hot day trackside as well in these temperatures. The riders now getting ready for the podium ceremony. Now the local officials are ready to call forward the riders.
Assemble in front of the podium for the prize distribution ceremony for the Vidyam Superbike race.
The first two Vidyam Superbike Cup races, and the riders, I knew I'd do it, being brought forward. Race 2 tomorrow then, with Naresh Babu hopefully back to full health. It's going to be worth watching for sure.
On stage, the special guest, Mr. Krishna Kumar, Head Special Projects from Vidyam Appliances.
So the Vidyam representatives are here, and as race sponsors will be making presentations. The riders for the 1000cc and 600cc classes congregate, and it's the 600 that will be brought forward first, where third is Arthur Fernando. The Triumph rider will step forward. The trophy handed to the Vidyam representative. And where is Arthur Fernando? There he is, with the very distinctive leathers that he has. Arthur Fernando for third then on the podium. Vishwadev Moraledaran counts forward for second in the 600 class, having had that great battle with Arthur Fernando and just getting ahead of him again at the very end in their duel for second in the 600 category. Vishwadev Moraledaran onto the podium. And the first 600 class win of the weekend goes to Siddharth Kaundia. Siddharth Kaundia takes his trophy, and and 3 very happy riders indeed. But the Yamaha it is that triumphs over the rest in the first 600 class fight of the weekend. So the 600cc riders are away, the 1000 brigade will be next, and third goes to Yokeshwaran. Up he steps for third place. Second of the 1000cc riders will be Himanish Amla.
Second place, from Bengaluru, competition number 95, Himanish Amla.
And Himanish Amla called forward. There he is. Takes his trophy for second place.
And
The class winner, the overall race winner as well. First time out ever in a bike race. What a way to start your bike racing career. Rishi Agarwal steps forward. A new convert to bike racing. I think he's just got a real taste for it after battling with Naresh Babu for the first half of the race and then running home an easy race winner. Tomorrow could be a different story altogether. So the riders make their way off the podium, and we look forward to chapter 2 of the story tomorrow when the Superbikes come back on track at the end of the day. So looking down from the podium, the top 3 bikes are in the Parc Fermé area, and that, Louise, rounds out what's been a very lively day's racing.
Certainly has. It's been exciting, hasn't it? We hope you've enjoyed it. It's the end of day 1 of racing from us from the MRF Challenge, but we'll be back tomorrow with all of the same. See you then.